Hi there survivors. In this short video I'll share some tips on how to win in training matches and similar game modes. Today we won't dwell on technical matters, but rather focus on the most basic principles. If you take a closer look at the play style of the best UNDAWN players, you'll notice that they all use them, someone more, someone less. So the first and most important thing is to do your job. Your tasks depend on the class you're playing. If you're playing with a gun shield, you should actively engage opponents in close combat. The sniper's task is to actively support allies with firepower, eliminate single targets, and seize advantageous positions for shooting whenever it's possible. Playing with a grenade launcher, you should aim for suppressing opponents with firepower, actively dealing mass damage and forcing them out of their positions and covers. If you're a healer, your task is to keep your allies' health bars full, and give them adrenaline as often as possible. As for heavy machine gun, this is a bad choice, so try something different. In reality, game does not always go according to your plan, but if you do your job and do it well, you'll see that your results will improve. This is especially true for healers, as their role is the most important in the team. Healing and adrenaline are the fuel that allows your damage dealers to move forward. If there is not enough fuel, they will stop. If the fuel runs out, they will die and you will lose, and that's one of the reasons why you should always have two healers on your team. The second important thing is the right approach to firefights. When two teams of roughly equal strength face each other, a fairly long and intense battle ensues. In such matches, you can win by the amount of damage dealt and knockdowns performed. That's why your task is to deal damage and avoid it. Imagine that you are trading your health points, and you have to sell them as expensively as possible. In simple terms, strive to deal much more damage than you receive. At the same time, you shouldn't stop even for a second. If you have enough health, and there are bullets in the magazine, attack immediately. Don't wait for a special invitation to start moving, go to them now, and do your best to make them retreat. Everything else is your mechanical skills and nothing more. Another key thing is choosing the right targets. As I mentioned earlier, healers are the main fuel of the team, so you should always hunt them in battles. However, this doesn't mean that you should not attack anyone else. Some players completely ignore enemy tanks, and focus only on healers who usually hide somewhere behind, but this is irrational, especially when your team is inherently weaker. By playing this way, you leave your own healers unprotected and allow the enemies to attack them with impunity, which is not a good way to the victory. As a damage dealer, you should strive to be an unbreakable barrage of fire, and harshly punish enemy players for any attempts to attack your healers. If your healers die before you, it is primarily because you are not protecting them well, and you should remember that. The last basic advice for today: change your approach. By continuing to do the same things, you will continue to get the same result again and again. So if you often lose, something is wrong. Change everything: weapon, scope, flank, approach to the game, attack distance, mouse sensitivity settings, even team composition. Do not stop changing things until you find the right path that will lead you to victory, because this is the only way to become better. In future videos we will talk about technical sides. I'll show you some tests in training matches, and tell you what really works in this mode. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new content, and as always, thank you for watching. Happy hunting survivors, and bye.